Hi there, good evening. I'm so happy to be here with you tonight. My name is Katy Warner. A little bit of my background, my husband and I were introduced to Young Living's products by our family doctor, our bona fide MD, and that meant a lot to us coming from a doctor. We were looking for some pretty serious solutions for health needs that my husband had related to his lungs. And so I'm so happy to be able to share about these products with you. And our doctor continued to recommend natural products, and we kept using them and we realized they worked, and we were so grateful. And so that transitioned us into sharing about these products with friends and family, because we know how we are. If we love something and it works, we want to share that. We want to also help others and help them to benefit as well. And so that kind of naturally rolled over into a business for us with Young Living. Although we didn't know anything about the business when we got started, we just knew that we wanted to share these products because they were life-changing for us, and we wanted to share that with others. So my professional background is I was a elementary school teacher. I taught kindergarten, K4, first grade and third grade. And while I loved being with the children, once I did that as a married woman with my own son, I was it was exhausting. I'll just put it that way. And I always felt like I gave my family my leftovers. And so eventually I wanted to find a way to come home. I wanted to be home with my family. I wanted to be able to cook meals and take a little nap if I needed to, that sort of thing. So we did. My husband and I learned about the Young Living business, and we put what we learned into practice, and I was able to come home a little over a year after that. And I'm really happy to share with you. I have a dear friend on the phone, on the Zoom call here with me. Mary Dew is her name. She is a PA in dermatology, and she's going to share with you a little bit about her story as well, and her Young Living business story, because we put this class together especially for healthcare workers, because we know with the climate of what's going on in the world, there are people who are looking for new sources of income, new work, maybe a simplified kind of work, work from home, but still in the field of loving others, caring for others, helping to see people get healthy. And while what we do it's definitely not considered medical. What we do, I can really say that we do work in healthcare. We want to help people continue to be healthy and provide supplements and essential oils and other products that are going to buoy up their health and make them and their families happy and healthy. So tonight, what I want to share with you is a little bit about Young Living, the products that Young Living offers, as well as the business opportunity, so that you can have a good look at both as you discern the possibility of embracing either or both. So a little bit about our history as a company. So Young Living is really the eldest brother, I would like to say, in the essential oil industry. We've been around for over 25 years. Our founder is Gary Young. He was an incredible man. Presently, Young Living we do 2 billion or perhaps more in sales a year. And during this past year and a half, we've just grown as a company. People are looking for wellness. They want to be healthy right now. People don't want to end up getting in a spot where they are just on the brink, health-wise. They really want to be healthy. So people, the trend has been reaching out for natural things, natural answers, natural support, and that's what we offer. So what sets Young Living apart from other companies, other wellness companies, is that with our essential oils, we oversee the entire process of producing an oil, even from the selection of the seeds, all the way up through the cultivating of the plant, to harvesting at the peak time, to distilling the oil properly at the right temperature and pressure and with the right type of equipment, and bottling the essential oil in the proper materials, never using plastic, using stainless steel, using proper things in glass. So Young Living, this is very, very important, because if any part of producing an essential oil is botched, then you get an inferior oil and it's not going to be supportive in the way that a whole healthy oil would be in your body. And so Young Living is really incredible if we also test our oils. And if any oil fails even one test, we compost that oil. We do not use it. We don't bottle it. It doesn't, get sold or anything. And sometimes we actually go without oils for a whole season, because if something happened like a flood right before harvest and it couldn't be harvested properly, we may be without an oil. That has happened in the past. So this is the seed to seal promise, seed to seal process that Young Living has as its really core and foundation for our essential oils, is why Christopher, my husband, and I stuck with Young Living as a company. We did lots of research. And so I'm happy to be able to present to you Young Living as a company today. Young Living provides really a full spectrum of products. So we're a broad spectrum, full spectrum wellness company helping people to embrace a toxin-free lifestyle. So we have essential oils, we have supplements, we have cleaning product. We have one cleaning product basically that you can use it in different forms and it will clean everything in your house. We have beautiful personal care products, beautiful makeup. We have CBD with no THC. We even have a toxin-free hand sanitizer that's been wonderful to use these past, couple of years, to have on hand, to carry in our purses and keep in our cars. We have hundreds of products, and what unifies all of our products is that they are toxin-free, they are the highest quality, and that our essential oils are in almost all of them. And so that really sets them apart. So how do we share? I am a brand partner in Young Living. How do I share our products in our business with others in my life? And how do our other business partners do this? So if you are brand new to Young Living, or maybe you've heard of us, but you've never really tried our products, what I would do is sit down with you, and maybe over coffee, maybe at a coffee shop, maybe you come to my living room, maybe over a Zoom call, or maybe in a class with a couple other people. But we would talk about what you're interested in learning about, and then I would match you and your needs up with our products, give you some options to choose from. And oftentimes what we like to share about is our starter kit. This is our oil starter kit. This becomes your natural wellness cabinet. And so when you open up your natural wellness cabinet, you get these beautiful essential oils. There's 10 on the top. And then if you take that shelf out, there's 2 underneath. I already have them out, and some other products from Young Living. We found that many people like to start there, but you can start with anything. If you love vitamin C, you can start with vitamin C. There are a whole host of ways to get started with trying our products. Okay, so this little disclaimer here, because this is it's a public class and I'm not a doctor. I'm going to share a little bit about these oils, but I want you to know that I am going to refrain from talking about diseases, like things like IBS or Crohn's or other infectious lung diseases or anything else that might be floating around. I am not a doctor. So what I am going to do, if you can make the shift with me, what we're going to talk about is supporting systems. So if you can kind of expand your thought on that, if you need something to support your lungs, I'm going to talk to you about what oils support your lungs or your digestive system, etc. And then if you find that you need extra support in those areas, or you want to keep your systems going strong in those ways, you can use the oils and they will be supportive. And that is pretty much the extent of what I can say in a public class because of the laws of the land. But what I do want you to know is there are wonderful resources out there. And also, if you are joining our team, or if you're on our team and looking to expand your knowledge of oils, there are lots of ladies and men in this group who've used oils for a lot of things to support a lot of things in their bodies with a lot of success. And we will be happy to talk with you one-on-one and share with you and get you some more information. So we also have really good books that we will put you, connect you with. And there are also wonderful websites to look on as well. For example, if you are a natural researcher, you can go to Google Scholar and look up essential oils for whatever that need is, whatever you want to put in there. And you will see so many medical journal articles for that particular need, and you can look through that. So there are lots of resources, and we won't get into them all tonight, but I am gonna just share with you a little bit about the starter kit. Okay, so this is, I realize if I travel with my family, what are the oils that we generally bring? These oils, they are good for so many things. So I'm just going to go over a few of them, a few of my favorites. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. If you're just popping on now, I'm Katy Warner, and I'm available if you have questions or if I can support you in any way. So we have this essential oil blend called Thieves. It's a very funny name for an essential oil, but basically this is your immune system supporting oil. And you can use this. One way I like to use it is by putting Thieves on the bottom of my feet. When you do that, the oils will penetrate your body, be anywhere within your body within like about 20 minutes, and then they will continue to soak in through the thicker parts of your feet over time. So your feet become like a slow release mechanism for getting the oils into your body. So there, and in our classes, if you were sitting with me, we talk about the 3 ways to use the oils. One is topical, one is aromatic. You can see I have a diffuser going behind me here. Breathing the oils in, getting them in your body through your olfactory membrane or through your lungs. And then the other way is taking them internally. In our oils that have white labels, that is your indicator that you can take this internally. So if I wake up in the morning and something just feels off in this area, you better believe I like to take a drop of these either in some warm water, or sometimes I will just take it right on my hand like this and take it like that. It's very spicy, and I forgot to bring water in here, but this is an excellent oil. So this is your immune system support. I want to show you your respiratory support oil. Raven, this is an essential oil blend as well. That means it has several oils that are combined together that are all really good for the proper functioning of your lungs. Okay. So lungs, Raven, that's what you want to remember. Lungs, Raven. It's really good for your lungs. We've used this for all of us in the family. It's so good. Okay, there's 2 digestive oils that I want to share with you. Digize. It's easy to remember that this is for digestion because of the title, Digize. And it can be used, you can put Digize in your water or take it on your tongue. My husband likes to rub it on his belly. And if you have any need for digestive support, that's what Digize is for. With little children, basically the rule of thumb is to dilute the oils a little more. And when you dilute an oil to put it on topically, you are going to be using a fatty oil like coconut or olive oil. Peppermint is also really nice. If you're driving and your kids get queasy when you're driving, this is a fun one to put on, like you can put it, have a car diffuser, or you can just put it on a little cotton ball and stick it in your vent so it's blowing. It also will keep you awake. Panaway is wonderful. This is an essential oil blend that has 4 different oils in it: peppermint, clove, wintergreen, and helichrysum from our farm in Croatia. This is wonderful oil to use if you have been physically exerting yourself, like maybe you're starting to exercise again, you haven't done it in a while, or you've just done a really good workout. This is really good for joints, muscles, backs, places where you've got tension, to help with those areas. And it's nice. I recommend if you want to put this over a large area, say you're going to be a nice wife or a loving romantic husband, and you're going to give your wife a back massage, to dilute it with some coconut oil. Take a couple drops in your hand, and with a little bit of coconut oil, rub it together, and you can give a nice back massage. It really relaxes, helps to relieve the tension. So a couple more oils. Lavender. This is the Swiss Army knife of oils. If you're not sure what to try on something, you can always use lavender. This is a nice relaxing oil. It's a good oil to use. You can pair it with peppermint if you're studying. Most of us like to fall asleep with lavender. It helps us to relax. And there are so many other uses for lavender. It's a really good skin oil, as well as frankincense, which is the king of oils or the oil of kings. So I like to use frankincense in coconut oil with lavender around my eyes, on my wrinkles, to help preserve my youthfulness while I have it. You don't want to wait till it's too late. And frankincense is really good. It helps the body. All the oils work in a really powerful way when you put them on your skin, when you breathe them in, and when you take them internally. And there's two more that I've been using that are also really good to help with emotional support. Actually, there's more than two. They're pretty much, they all can, but a couple that I want to recommend. One is called Valor and the other is Peace and Calming. And there's Stress Away as well. And I think that one ended up in my purse because I love it. So these are all oils that you can wear as a perfume that will help you if you feel like tense inside and you want to relax or like let go of what's, kind of has you bound up emotionally, and just be able to do what you need to get done graciously, okay, and in a loving way. So that is a little bit about our starter kit. If we were sitting together, that's what I would share with you, and I maybe go in a little bit more detail. But as you can see, for the needs that come up in family life, and in individual life, for single people, digestive needs, lung needs, focus, you can use the oils to help with focus, with emotions, with relaxation, with all sorts of things. So, and there's a t-shirt out there that's so great. There's an oil for that. And that's the reality of it. Okay, so that's a little bit about some of our products. And there's so many others. As I mentioned, we have hundreds. So I want to share just a little bit about the business model now. Okay, so yes, we have great products. They're very practical, very useful. They're going to take us a really long way. So what about the business model? So Young Living has adopted a business model. It's called network marketing. And I really didn't know anything about network marketing until my husband and I started with Young Living. So we had to learn about it. And when network marketing is done well, it fosters relationships, a spirit of service, collaboration, and it gives an incredible way to grow in human and divine virtues. I never in a million years thought a business could be so fun, so challenging, fill my researcher's heart, and also be at the service of others, my family, and then the other people in my life. So I want to introduce you to Sarah Harnish, who wrote this little book. It's called The Game Plan Mini, and it's a wonderful little book. If you need one, you can ask your friend who is sharing this video with you, or if you are my friend, I'm happy to pop one in the mail or drop one by your house. So in this little book, one of the things Sarah does is she tells her story. She grew up living in the projects in Chicago, and it was the Young Living business that pulled her out of the slums, sleeping, on the floor, her kids sleeping on the floor with cockroaches, and in, these types of conditions, that she was able to grow a business with some tenacity and service for others and some smarts. And she's now making really an incredible income with Young Living. And she's making that in part by helping other people do exactly the same thing, to get out of poverty, to be able to, get the proper food on the table for their families, all while serving others with our amazing products and our business opportunity. So in this book, Sarah goes through some reasons what is so great about network marketing. And the first one she says is, there's no income ceiling. There's literally not an income ceiling in Young Living. If you were to do any other job in the world, there's an income ceiling. If you're a doctor, there's an income ceiling. If you're a nurse, there's an income ceiling. If you work at the gas station, you could become a manager, but there's an income ceiling. There is no income ceiling in Young Living. So if as your organization grows, the more people you help, the more lives you impact, the more money that you make, generally speaking. Okay, the timing has never been better. That's number 2. So why has the timing never been better? Well, number 1, what do people need right now? We need health and we need income. Okay, and so we know that everything going on in the world, the trend is to look for natural solutions as much as possible. People are looking for what Young Living has to offer. And right now we're offering this class because some people are also looking for new work options, working from home options, where which leads me into another point where you get to be your own boss. Nobody's going to tell you that you have to do X, Y, or Z to have a job and to make an income. You make your own rules, you set your own schedule, you decide how you're going to do this, if you're going to do it in your living room, if you're going to do it in a coffee shop, if you're going to do it on Zoom, if you're going to do it however, if you're going to do this business with men, with women, however you want to do it. If you want to do it in America, you want to do it in Croatia, you want to do it in Nicaragua, you want to do it in Brazil, in Costa Rica, in Ukraine, wherever. You get to decide that, and nobody's going to say you cannot do the business there. Something else that's wonderful about the Young Living business is that you have a willable income. So if Christopher and I died this coming weekend, John would make the income that we are making every month would get passed down to my son, John. And that is incredible. Most other work options do not have that. Okay. So there's not many places where if you die, your children get to continue to earn a legacy. And so that is like amazing. You can take time off and get paid. And you can also make money while other people that you have trained are working. So that is amazing. We've had one of our good friends had a baby. And in that month that she had a baby, she made her biggest paycheck, and she was not doing the Young Living business. And she made that paycheck because she had already trained other women and men into doing the business, and they were doing it for their own paycheck. And it just happened to also bless her during this time where she was checked out. And I will say, most of the people we do the business with are busy moms with anywhere from 1 to 10 children. And so you can do this business when you have a family. You just have to do it very smartly. And we do it in such a way that we always want to keep, if we're married, to keep our marriages first and our families first. Okay, also another benefit of the Young Living business is relationships. So with Young Living, the people who are on this call right now, I would not be friends with, those who I can see, if it were not for Young Living. I had met Mary Do several times before. We had ice cream together a long time ago, but you know how life is. It moves. And when you move, you don't necessarily keep up with old friendships. And so this business has been so beautiful to keep my family in connection with other families that I want to be with for the rest of my life. And so people like Mary Do and Jackie Fuentes and Marinez and others. It's such a blessing. So we've met so many people. And if you're an introvert, you can do this. Don't get scared. You can do it as an introvert. You can do it as an extrovert. Okay. Another bonus of the business is there are guaranteed bonuses as a bonus. Young Living, as you reach different ranks in Young Living, they will fly you out to different farms so you can experience the farms that our company owns. You can join harvest, get your hands in the dirt, enjoy the local culture. There's so much fun. I've been to several of our farms and I've loved them, and seen that what Young Living says we do, we actually do it. It's not just talk or a nicely made website. It's actually real life. integrity, real life transparency, real life authenticity. And so you'll be able to see that too. Another point that Sarah doesn't mention, but another mentor of ours, Richard Brook, mentions that's very important is that Young Living is not a publicly traded company. And so what that means is Gary Young, may he rest in peace, is our founder, and Mary Young, his wife, owns Young Living. So that, and Mary has Gary's vision. What Mary says goes. So that what this means is if there are public pressures, Mary, there are actually no real public pressures. Like we don't have stockholders who are saying you need to cut corners to make things more profitable, et cetera, et cetera. Mary knows that Mary and Gary shared the vision that we have to do everything right to have the end product effective. And so that's what Young Living does. And so that's really incredible. Okay. And I just wanted to share too my experience in going to big Young Living events when I met leaders. And I've interviewed lots of them and just sat with them and asked questions, is most of the people who do the Young Living business started by saying they never wanted to do the Young Living business. They just wanted to use the oils and share them with friends. And then they realized they got a paycheck in the mail and they were shocked. And they just kept sharing it. And somebody reached out to them and said, hey, can I tell you a little bit more about the business? Because what you're already doing it. And there's really not much else for you to know except, I can fill in the corners of it a little bit for you. So I think most of the people in Young Living who are doing the business are the type of people that are loving, caring people and want to see other people's lives better off. And so that really attracts me, that attracts my whole team, because we want to be a support for each other. We want to see each other better on the other side of this. And it's so beautiful. In a recent chat I was having with one of our new Young Living Marlise new Young Living friends, Marlise in Costa Rica, she was just like so happy. And I was like, Marlise, tell me about the oils. Like, tell me why you love them, and she just kept saying, the oils have changed my life. The oils have changed my life. I was like, wow, and that comes from just getting a starter bundle and getting them on your body, putting them in your diffuser, trying different things out and seeing the impact of it. Okay, so what do I recommend for you the next step? So this is what I would recommend first, that you would get in touch with the person who's sharing this video with you. That would be the next step because they will be able to help you kind of tailor a package for your specific interest and needs. If you are a nurse and you want to, take this on as a business, if you are a physician, if you are a physician assistant or somewhere in the healthcare field, if you are not in the healthcare field, and that's okay too. I was a teacher. Most of us are, we have a lot of teachers on our team. We have people in healthcare, but we have people from all backgrounds. So anybody can do this. So what I would recommend is that you reach out to the person who shared this. They will help you get started well. If I'm that person, or if you stumble across this video and you don't have a friend who introduced it to you, I'd like you to write down my referral number, and you will go to youngliving.com and they will ask you who referred you to them. And so my referral number is 1480377. And then I will match you up with a leader in my group so that you can work with a couple of us, and that'll be wonderful. But and then when you go to youngliving.com, you're going to click on shop. And if you like the starter bundle I shared with you tonight, it's $165. Go under starter bundles and you can just scroll through and you'll see you're going to want to get everything. So the one that I showed you is called the oils bundle with Desert Mist Diffuser or something like that. And it's $165. So that's a great way. A lot of people start that way, but if you have another interest, start with your interest. We've got vitamin C. That's a lot of people like to start with vitamin C. A lot of people like to start with our toxin-free cleaners. So those are some options. And if you want to do the business off the bat and you know it, then you're going to also want to upgrade to brand partner status. And there's a business builder bundle that is only $29.99, and it gives you the rights to have a Young Living business. And that's like incredible. It's less than $30 for you to get onboarded in Young Living as a company to start sharing the oils and build an income that's willable. So, and again, the first best step is to get products so you can start using them and trying them on and eating them and putting them in your diffuser, smelling them, so that you have your own experience and that you can share with your people about your experience. So the business, so that's how you start. The business portion is not complicated. It's actually quite simple. It's not necessarily easy, but it's simple. We meet with friends, we share a class with them, and we help them get started. Some of those friends are also going to want to do the business. Most won't. Most will want to they'll just be happy customers, and that's great. But some are going to find themselves in a position where they also want to share with their sister, their next door neighbor, the people that they love, the pastor at their church who, woke up with a little frog in his throat or whatever. However, some people, whoever's in their life, that's the way it grows. The Young Living business is like a warm, burning fire that spreads, is how I like to think of it. It's a real joy, and we will work with you as if you are doing the business. We will work with you as business brand partners with you. And if you just want to use the products, we will be with you to help you use the products as well, and make sure you get good resources. And our goal in the end is to help you be fully independent, so that if something happened and I fell off the face of the earth, you would be able to run a business yourself and be able to help other people get started as well. And we call that duplication. It's the system of passing on a business is duplication. It's very important. So now I want to share, this is like a very special little piece of this class that I'm going to share with you. I want to introduce to you and give Mary Dew, my dear friend, who's also a brand partner with Young Living. She works in medicine, and she's been planning for a while now to she's pregnant. I don't know if you'll be able to see her belly, but she's got a beautiful belly, and she's getting very close, and she is planning long-term to do Young Living as her full-time. Probably she'll be working at it part-time to do a full-time business, but Mary's a loving wife, mother. She hunts. She's got lots of energy. She's super fun. And so Mary, I just was hoping if you could share with us your plans, your vision with Young Living for your family, and any other tips you want to share to whoever's on the call. Mary.
Thank you, Katie. I joined the Young Living a number of years ago now, and I was one of those many who got the starter bundle and didn't use it for a while. That's very common for a lot of folks. And then started using it more and more and realized how they just spoke for themselves. And in that process, I learned that there was an income opportunity, so that I could share the oils and products with people and make a little cash on the side. Well, that little cash on the side has now grown to the point where I am going to, because I'm expecting baby number 5 in about 6 weeks, give or take. And so yes, I'm getting close. And as a result, I need to stay home because it's a lot of kids. But the beauty of Young Living is it allows me to do it. As Katie said, I can do it as little or as much as I'm able to. And as a result of that, then I can stay home and not have to worry about our cash flow or finances otherwise. And it's really a beautiful thing. And I've known many people who need to take breaks for various different reasons, myself included. And I continued to have an income despite that. I didn't give up, but I took necessary breaks when need be, and restarted again, or not restarted, but like I jumped right back in again as soon as I was able to. And so there's been various times where babies have come and I can't do much during that time, or illnesses come or life happens. It's just how it is. And that's the beautiful thing about this. And that's what I've loved about it, is being able to pick it up when I can, dropping it when I need to, but still always putting forth the effort, because that's always very important, and just persevering. But the other really beautiful thing, as Katie's already alluded to, is the friendships that I've made. I've rekindled old friendships. I've made many, many new friendships throughout all this. And that has always been a theme that I feel many, many people, when they do this, say is one of their favorite parts of it, is getting to being able to build these new friendships and relationships with just wonderful, amazing people. And so what starts out, what people think of as work isn't. At least it doesn't feel like work to me most of the time. Once in a while, yeah, it does, but what doesn't? But it's enjoyable, and it's easy. I can easily share products with people, or oils with people, or whatever it is, and they start using it, and it just, they speak for themselves. So there are not too many companies out there where you can do that. And that's really neat to me, because I'm very busy, as Katie alluded. I'm a very busy mama, kids alone, but there's a lot of other hobbies and a lot of other things that we do, projects we do. And so I'm very busy, but this is the easy part. And so that's what I love about it. And so if you got on here because of me, or Katie, or anyone else that gave you this video, please reach out to us. I'm more than happy to help and get you where you need to go. It is really good to have some sort of starter bundle of some sort, whether it's the one Katie alluded to, or others, or tailoring whatever you want to your needs. And then if you're at all thinking now or later that you want to do what we're doing, it's super easy, and we're more than happy to help. And there's the brand partner bundle, so that it's super easy. You get all sorts of really great resources just by doing that, and getting all the resources and tools you need to get started. And then we will help you continue to onboard you and get you where you need to go, and tailor it to whatever you're willing or able to do. I admit I didn't do much at first, and kind of eased into it. Others dive right in. And so it just depends, and we're here to help. So that's my story.
Thank you, Mary. That's so nice. And I realized, my contact, I look like I'm getting all teary. My contacts are getting a little dry, but I want to share with you before we end Young Living's income disclosure statement, because whenever we talk about the business, we're supposed to share this as well. So this is a real thing. So I'm just going to pop this up on the screen so you can take a look here. This is a legal document. This is our 2020 income disclosure statement, and you can see annual incomes. They range from $0, or let's look at the average, $3, all the way up to $1,640,839. And so, and everything in between. So what I would recommend is that you take a good look, pause this video, look over this income disclosure statement, and ask yourself, working part-time, which of these really stands out to you as something that could be life-changing, for your family, for whatever reason, whatever your needs are, whether it's replacing an income that needs replacing, or whether it's getting violin lessons for your children, or getting good food on the table. Because we can help you get the training that you can match with your skill level and your tenacity and your work ethic and we will do our best to help you make a game plan so that your dream here can become a reality. So there you go. So thank you so much for joining us today, and You can reach out to me. I'm going to leave my email here. You're welcome to email me. It's info at healthymaryliving.com. So Mary as in happy. So info at healthymaryliving.com. Mary, do you want to leave your email, or do you want me to just forward things on to you if I get anything? You let me know, whatever you like.
You can always just forward things on to me if you need to.
Okay, awesome. I'll do that. So thank you for your time, and we wish you all the best and a healthy life. And if we can be part of that, it would be an honor and a joy. So God bless you, and look forward to hearing from you if we can help. Bye.